You feel it every single time you scroll, reels, notifications, endless novelty. Each swipe gives your brain a quick hit of stimulation, and yet, after hours online, you're left restless, distracted, and strangely empty. That's when you hear about this idea called a dopamine detox. Supposedly, it can reset your brain, restore motivation, and help you focus again. Sounds amazing, right? But let's stop for a second. Is a dopamine detox actually grounded in neuroscience? Or is it just another self-help buzzword dressed up to sound scientific? I've seen patients come into my clinic convinced they fried their brain with TikTok or video games. Some even tried extreme versions of dopamine detox, locking themselves in a room, cutting out music, cutting out food variety, hoping for some magical reboot. And you know what? Most of them were asking the wrong question. The real question isn't, can I detox from dopamine? It's, how do I train my brain's reward system to stop craving junk and start craving what truly matters? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know the science, you'll also have the exact blueprint to reset your brain, not with gimmicks, but with strategies that actually work. Let's clear up the biggest misconception first. Dopamine is not pleasure itself. It doesn't make you happy. Dopamine drives motivation. It's the chemical of pursuit, of wanting. Think of it as your brain's currency of craving. The reason you scroll endlessly isn't because it's fun. It's because dopamine keeps whispering, maybe the next video, maybe the next like, maybe the next notification will give me the reward I'm chasing. Here's where it gets dangerous. When your brain is constantly overstimulated by fast, artificial rewards, endless reels, junk food, online gaming, your baseline dopamine signaling starts to drop. Suddenly, normal life feels grey. Reading a book? Boring. Studying? Impossible. Even working out feels like dragging through quicksand. You've essentially trained your brain to need fireworks for it to care. Ever felt that? That strange emptiness after a scrolling binge where you can't focus on anything else. That's not weakness. That's neurochemistry at work. Here's the truth most online gurus won't tell you. You cannot detox from dopamine. You can't flush it out. You can't reset it like a phone. Without dopamine, you wouldn't even get out of bed in the morning. You wouldn't eat. You wouldn't survive. So why do some people feel amazing after a weekend without screens, sugar, or caffeine? It's not because dopamine is gone. It's because the brain recalibrates its sensitivity. By removing constant spikes, you allow your brain's receptors to recover, like giving your ears a break from constant loud noise so you can hear whispers again. So the real benefit isn't a detox, it's a recalibration. And that distinction changes everything. Think of dopamine like progressive overload in the gym. If you max out heavy weights every single day with no rest, your muscles don't grow, they burn out. But when you alternate stress with recovery, your muscles adapt and come back stronger. Your brain's reward system works the exact same way. Constant high stimulation, gaming marathons, junk food binges, hours of scrolling is like overtraining your dopamine system. It dulls your responsiveness. But when you alternate intense stimulation with low dopamine activities, things like journaling, walking, cooking, strength training, you give your brain recovery time. Over time, your sensitivity returns. Suddenly, small, slower rewards, like finishing a chapter, hitting a workout PR, or cooking a meal from scratch, start to feel satisfying again. One of my patients, a 26-year-old gamer, couldn't focus on his university work for more than 10 minutes. After we cut his gaming down from 6 hours a night to just weekends, he told me he started feeling genuine excitement from studying, something he hadn't felt since high school. That's not magic. That's neuroplasticity at work. So how do you use this in your life? First, stop thinking dopamine detox. Instead, think dopamine training. Digital fasting works. Not forever, just in specific time blocks. Put your phone away for 2 hours. Take weekends off social media. By reducing those rapid spikes, you give your brain space to reset. Second, swap cheap dopamine for effort-based dopamine. Cook instead of ordering food. Lift weights instead of scrolling fitness reels. Learn a skill instead of binging a show. These slower rewards take more effort, but they release dopamine in a sustainable way, one that builds confidence instead of emptiness. And third, create rhythmic balance. Just like muscles need rest days, your brain needs low stimulation days. Replace binge scrolling with a walk, meditation, or even an old school analog hobby. Trust me, it feels awkward at first. But with consistency, those simple moments become deeply rewarding again. So does dopamine detox work? Not in the way the internet claims. You can't detox from dopamine. But you can absolutely retrain your reward system by stepping away from constant stimulation and leaning into effort-driven rewards. It's not about quitting dopamine. It's about rebalancing it. Training your brain just like you train your body with cycles of stress and recovery. So here's the real question. If your brain is literally sculpted by what you repeatedly reward it with, what are you training it for right now? Endless cheap hits of distraction, or the deeper satisfaction of growth, strength, and mastery? Drop your answer in the comments, because awareness is the first step and commitment is the next. See you next time. Keep watching MedGroww and take care of yourself.